Hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Album. I recently picked up the Nature Notebook collection kit from Graphic45, and I've been wanting this one for a while. I think this was originally 2014. For some reason I think I saw that. And it's perfect for what I need. So I am an outdoorsy kind of gal, and I do like to go hiking, and so I wanted to keep a notebook of that. That's why I wanted this kit. But then I realized it sort of turned into something a little different. It is more of a journal of our travels. I live and craft and travel in my RV, and I just wanted to keep a journal of the places we've been and people we've seen and that kind of thing. So I took one of the Graphic45 travel albums. So it's a travel notebook. You know, it's got the elastic holding everything in. And I've had it for a while and I hadn't done anything with it, although I knew this is what I wanted to do. So let me show you a little bit. These are some of the things I fussy cut from the collection. These will be great on the pages when we get into all those nature hikes. There are 3 separate notebooks. One is watercolor paper, one is lined, and one is graph paper. Now I just covered this with, first of all, some olive green cardstock just to bring out the ferns, and then I used the fern paper, which I love. I just think that fern paper is gorgeous. Isn't that pretty? And it makes a good background. So I put that down, and then this was one of the cut aparts, and I tore around the edges. I don't know if you can see, but I tore around the edges and then inked up the edges a little bit, and then just added, not that little piece of paper, added the egg, the mushroom. In my stash I had a die cut that said Explore. This is 4 layers of paper. You can't tell from the video, but when you see it, it's got the layers. And then I took one of the border strips and backed it on that olive green cardstock and put it on the bottom. For the side, so I've seen a lot of people do different things with the sides of the book, because you've got to deal with the rivets, eyelets I guess you'd call it, that the elastic is in. I just used my hole punch, just a regular size hole punch, and put it in, and then used my X-Acto to enlarge it and get it a little better. It is not perfect. If you look close, it is not perfect, but I think it does what I wanted it to do. It just takes off the whole side. And I might put something else on here, another sticker or whatever. I don't think I'll put a dangle, just because just where it will be kept in the RV, and I just don't want it to fall. And in the back I just left plain. This is a hole, it's for the elastic that can go in there, and it does go through the other side. I have not put it in yet. I don't know if I will. I'm not sure. I may. So, I mean, it's pretty easy to cover. This pocket is already there. I used, this was from the sticker sheet, and I did back the pocket with some beige paper that I inked heavily around the edges with some different color. This is a nice background for a pocket for me. These were some of the cut aparts, and I've left a lot of the cut aparts in here because I will use them to put in paper once I get to the hikes. What I did was, I've been taking pictures since the beginning of the year, and I finally got them all printed out. They're pretty small. I sort of did a compact January, February, March, and April, and then going forward I'll take more time to journal about it. I really just wanted to catch up, sort of. This one I made myself. I just made a folder in the same style as the books that come with it. I mean, I measured, I think it was 7.5 by 4 or something. You'll have to double check. And then covered it with paper. So I have a folder. And in the folder I put some of these border strips because I use those on the paper a lot. And then I also grabbed some vellum, and the things that I cut apart I put in the vellum so I can see at a glance what I have, and that will stay in here. Here's another piece of the border strips. I just left that plain in case I wanted to use that side, which you'll see. I'll show you a little bit of my journal. You know, it's pretty boring to people to see your like vacation photos, but I just wanted to show you what I did. This page, so there's this paper, which is hexagon, and I put the bee paper on the front here, and then just cut some of the hexagon out. And I cut this one journaling card about the bees and just layered it a little and added one of the bees that I fussy cut. So there is that. The inside, there's that honeycomb paper. And I probably will put a pen in here as well. And there's the back. It's just very simple, but it does what I need to do. And you know, there are 4 elastic bands, elastic coming down, so there is room for something else. So I'll show you the outside and the inside, then I'll show you the journaling if you want. So I did one of the border strips on the side, and this is a sticker. That one's pretty simple. And I used the some coordinating paper. This is the back of this one, I'm pretty sure. And then this was just pretty for the inside. And then the back is the same. This is actually just some paper that I left in there so I can add it if I need to. I didn't put any stickers in this one because it's got this on here, and I thought that was enough for me. And then the back is the same. The back pocket, so there is a national park map of all the national parks in the country that you can pick up generally at any national park, or you can ask, I think you can just email the National Park Service and they will send you one. I should put it on the wall, but then I'd have to take it down every time we move, and so I just am keeping it in my pocket so I can refer to it as we travel. Let me show you the other ones. So this one, of course, I used the butterfly paper. It's just gorgeous. I added a sticker. Could have bordered it with another circle, but I'm okay with it. If you can see, the outside perimeter of this has the same pattern but reduced, but you don't really notice it. You just see the beige background, and that's okay. There was a border strip of the butterflies that I backed out on some black cardstock, and I think that really pops. And then the inside page, this is the back of the border strip paper. Just love that color. And then this is the back of the butterfly paper, and I did take one of the chipboard embellishments that I had purchased. I added some enamel dots to put in the holes, glued them in. I just didn't feel like putting a brad in there, but I wanted it to look finished, and the color's perfect. So this is great to put anything else in there. And then the back, I think I did about the same thing. Oh, so the back, I added another pocket. I wanted to make use of these journal cards. Actually, they're not journal cards. It's a whole page of, like if you were to study insects and birds and draw pictures, botanical drawings and that kind of thing. It's just a real pretty piece that I can add to, I mean, if I'm traveling and I happen to see the bachelor button is what I call that. I think they call it a bluette. That must be the common name, and ferns and that kind of thing. So I just made a pocket out of a piece of one that had butterflies on it and just glued it down on 3 sides to make it simple. And then there's this journaling card, which I will keep, and then another, I'll put that in the other one. At first, what I thought I was going to do is, there's 3 of these inserts, I thought I would do one for travels, one for hiking, and one for my crafting, what I've accomplished in my crafting. And I haven't done that. I just am going to do travels for this one book. I sort of think that it's going to take up the whole 3 inserts. So that's what I'm going to do. And two, I mean, I've got these. I might as well use them. It'll make a nice page. So as I get a little further along, I will show you what I have done. Second one, or third one actually, this was a real pretty paper. This was a sticker that I fussy cut, and then also fussy cut a black piece of chipboard. There's a butterfly sort of hiding there because it's the same butterfly as what's on here. I just took a strip of the pretty turquoise paper. There is just a little piece of the green cardstock there, and I put one of the stickers here. It's very subdued because it just blends in a little bit. To pull it out, I did ink around the edges with a little bit of black soot. And then the inside is this pretty green paper, and then it's green with ladybugs on it. I did put a little piece of border strip. I backed it with some of the green paper. I inked around the edges so it would pop up a little bit. This one I just used a hole punch and inked around the edges and put just one of those butterflies on there. But on the back, I used a sticker, and I put the sticker on a circle that I punched and inked around the edges. Same with the border strip here. And then these I also thought I could fold in half and put on a page, and maybe even have 2 photos in there. But when I come to that, I will use that. And then there's the back. So I'll show you a little bit about my idea of journaling. Now, to me, journaling is a personal thing. You just do it the way you see fit. And I've noticed that I've changed in the beginning to the last couple of pages, and I just did all of this in one day just to catch up. Truthfully, I had just purchased a selfie, a Canon selfie photo printer. So I went back and printed all of the things. So it starts on actually New Year's Eve, and just a couple of things. Who I was with. This is fabulous. We had dinner under the lights in the woods with a bunch of friends. Columbia Restaurant, if you're familiar with Florida, that is the Columbia Restaurant's a famous restaurant down in Ybor. It's in the cigar district, and they make the best white wine sangria, which I printed out the recipe and put in here. It's tiny, I know. And then in the hike, that was just one of the pictures of the palms. So anyhow, pictures of people, embellishments. If I picked up the literature from the park, I cut it up and put some of that on here. When you go to national parks, there's a place you can have a national park booklet and stamp every time you go to a park. Now I don't have the booklet. I figure I'll just put them in here. The background is the map of the place we were at here, which was Petrified Forest. Just a little bit about the people I was with. When we went to Santa Rosa, the things we did, boondocking. When we went to the Grand Canyon, we hiked a lot of this trail. So I cut out the map and put it on here. We took the train. So here's the ticket from the train. With I don't have washi tape that I can use. I only have like 5 rolls of washi tape, believe it or not. I might pick some up. I don't know. But in any case, I cut just a strip and ripped it and made it look like washi tape. And just some pictures from that whole thing. And there's the stamp when you go into the national park. Just some more things we did, who we went with. When I'm journaling, I'm just going to journal just whatever room there is on the page. This one I didn't journal anything because it all is pretty self-explanatory. When I print out the pictures, I can put the name of the place that we were at, and I'll also put the date. This was part of it's got the stamp of where we were, a little envelope, so I just cut that and put in some more pictures and stuck that in there. So there is that. And this, I haven't even started journaling, but that brings us up to date to where we are now. And I will put the rest of these in here and just keep on journaling. And by the end of the year, maybe that's what I should put on here, is the year. But by the end of the year, this will be for 2022, and I will have ones of 2020, 2021. We started full-time RVing in 2020, before the pandemic started. And I have to go back and print all those pictures and document that. So I will. I just figured I'd start from the beginning of this year and go forward, and now I can continue putting in. To be honest, it's been like 17 degrees and cold and snowy, and we haven't done much in hikes, and my husband's busy doing some other stuff, so we decided tomorrow we're going to start hiking in this area tomorrow. So that's what I have for you, using this fabulous Graphic45 nature notebook and the travel album in black that I picked up from Country Craft Creations. If you are interested, I think they're still online. I'll put the link in the description box and you can check it out. So thanks so much for watching. Have a fabulous day.